Hey, this is Matthew Barry, and you're listening to the Fantasy Fogcast.
There you go. Well, here we go. Back up, old time to get this show on the road. Fantasy news, and it's coming at you with the GBO2. Fall Podcast is 2016. Time to get a new team. Season 3 of the Fantasy Fogcast. We're coming right up your ass. Season 3 of the Fantasy Fogcast. Season 3 of the Fantasy Fogcast. Season 3 of the Fantasy Fogcast. Making them games.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Fogcast. I'm Phil.
I'm John.
I'm Foggy Matt.
Foggy Matt holding it up on his iPad over here. You know, we like to stay connected. We are recording this on Monday, August 8th, a lovely evening. And a lot of news coming out today. We'll be getting to that. Go ahead.
I'd like to call this the eve before Hard Knocks. This is like Christmas Eve for us.
That's true, yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
I hear if you leave out chili dogs and milk, Andy Reid will come break into your house and eat that shit.
I really thought you were going for Rex Ryan there. You know,
Oh, wow.
Either one
that
would
would have been
work.
good.
There's so
Andy
many
Reid's a
options.
little more high profile.
Actually, could throw Tony Romo in there too, because I hear he's been a little out of
No,
shape.
if you'd ask him, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay. We'll be getting into, like I said, some news that's been happening. Of course, Hard Knocks starts tomorrow. That just means the NFL season is getting closer and closer by the day, despite the cancellations of Hall of Fame games. But regardless, before we get into what's going on, as well as some off-season fantasy talk, I do want to let you know, if you've got any questions, comments for the show, send us an email at at fantasyfogcast.com. Also on Twitter at fantasyfogcast.
Fogcast?
The Fogcast.
It's like a hairy Twitter, too. Isn't it?
The at Fantasy Fogcast. We're also on YouTube as well. This is our second foray into YouTube posting, so we're going to try to improve this as we go along. You see, we've got some graphics going on here. We'll try to expand upon that as we get a little better at that.
Keyword being try.
We try. You know, our first try to post something on YouTube didn't even work out. We fucked it up and we didn't get our episode on. So
Technical
baby
difficulties.
steps.
It wasn't our fault.
Baby steps, you know. But anyway, like I said, we do want to keep doing these on YouTube, and we'll be posting episodes every week throughout the off season, regular season, postseason, whatnot. However, we are first and foremost a podcast. So if you are listening on iTunes, Stitcher, please rate and review the podcast. Subscribe if you don't already. We do greatly appreciate that. Today on the episode, we're going to be talking, of course, about news. We'll be looking at our divisional breakdowns of how we think this season's going to pan out, as well as a focus on the wide receiver position for fantasy and some key picks or key players to pick and maybe some people you should stay away from. But, of course, we do like to start off every episode the same way with John taking care of the news, which, of course, there is a plethora that's been going on now that we're getting close. So take it away. What's been going on?
Well, first bit of news. Recently, there were some people inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. We have Marvin Harrison, Brett Favre, Tony Dungy, Kevin Green, Orlando Pace, Eddie DeBartolo, Kenny Stabler, Matt's favorite,
The Snake.
and
Kenny Stabler got in?
Yep,
Yeah,
and Dick Stanfeld. Now we actually
That's my favorite.
We actually, yeah, of course. We actually covered all of these guys would be in the or were chosen whenever they were voted in, but the ceremony.
So I gotta pee.
The ceremony was just held.
Dick Stanfeld. Does anybody know who that is?
No.
That's actually the bus they dedicated to Favre's dick. That's the
Oh my
that's
God.
the cock shot. It made the Hall of Fame as well.
Nice.
He's the only guy with two heads.
Well, it had to
busted.
go in with Favre.
For
Yeah.
a guy that just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, just because his name's Dick, we're showing him a lot of disrespect right now. So, hey, your name sounds like penis. This is another word for cock.
He's probably like a defensive lineman that nobody's
Richard.
ever heard of
Yeah.
in this generation.
The best Dick, of course, of all time is
Ginger Dick.
Dick Butkus.
Dick
That's probably
Bobo.
truthful.
Yeah. Do you think that him getting made fun of, Dick Butkus that is, getting made fun of as a kid is what led him to be such a badass?
I would
kind
say
of like
so.
hardened him. He's like, you know what? Fuck you, little motherfuckers. I'm going to...
It hardened the dick.
I heard his name was actually just something really normal, and then someone dared him to change his name to Dick Butt Kiss, and everybody's been pronouncing it wrong.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess that works.
Yeah. So, anybody, like, one of the main things that a lot of people have been talking about with this Hall of Fame is the snub of Terrell Owens.
Didn't he get snubbed last year, too?
No, this is the same thing.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Because it's Marvin Harrison told him, he's like, basically,
That's right.
suck it.
This came up a few months ago when they first announced the finalists or whatever.
And honestly, if you look at it, Terrell Owens has a much better career. Actually has, I think same Super Bowl wins as Marvin Harrison, if not more. And
Actually, Owens never won a Super Bowl.
It's true.
Well, then none.
He played in one.
And Harrison...
He played in more than one, didn't he? Mm-mm. He played with one for sure with the Eagles where he crushed it.
Yeah, that was it.
I thought he played
and
with
he
the 49ers.
With the leg.
No? Pretty sure he did with the 49ers.
No, that was Randy Moss.
With the Niners? No.
Randy Moss went to the Super Bowl with the Niners.
No. They didn't make
not.
it. No.
Matt, you are super foggy, dude. You can look it up. Got the Fog team on it. Okay.
I think Terrell Owens played in a Super Bowl.
I thought he did play with Steve Young.
I thought so.
But I don't know if
he made that catch across the middle.
Yes, but I don't
95.
think. Yeah, I think that was in a divisional game. I don't think they actually went. That wasn't the year they beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl. I don't think he was on the team that year. It was like either the year before where they ended up losing to the Cowboys, or the next year afterwards where they lost in like the conference championship.
Well,
he did not win a Super Bowl. I know that.
I'm just saying I know a lot about football.
Okay.
Not really.
This was 20 years ago, okay? So anyway.
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember.
But real quick, Marvin Harrison did have some
great career.
He did have some off the field issue.
One team.
He did have the off the field issue though with the
Holding
guns.
the gun.
Yeah, okay. Also, here's the big thing is that who votes for the Hall of Fame?
Media.
Okay.
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can see. I'm sure a lot of
Terrell
people.
Owens just was a little overacting, a little flamboyant with his gestures and the way he was, but it was great. I mean, it was entertaining. Marvin Harrison was the opposite of entertaining.
Yeah, well, he
was entertaining on the field, but not like with his character.
He also had the benefit of Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And Terrell Owens also played with a lot of great quarterbacks, but again, it goes back to the media.
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, Jeff Garcia.
I'm telling you.
He just, I think the media just is not in any hurry to make him a first ballot entry.
I think it was just a snub on purpose.
Okay.
Matt, do you have any update? Come back to you?
We'll come back
to me.
All right, next bit of news. The Pro Football Hall of Fame cancels the game because of the field issues, which Phil already covered.
I didn't really cover it, and a lot of people have been covering it. It's been a big story that they canceled the game, more so the two sides of it. It's like, well, is the NFL to blame because they didn't take care of the field, they didn't get it ready, it's the first game, they knew it's coming, this isn't their first rodeo.
How do you mix up the paint?
Yeah, how do you mix up the paint? It's like,
just like how do you deflate footballs?
Oh, really? You're going to tie these two? They have nothing to do with one another.
They're both meaningless.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, someone who's probably just lost their job over this may have fucked it up.
Randy Moss was on the 2012 49ers that lost to the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Did Terrell Owens play in any other Super Bowl with the 49ers? You didn't look it up?
Terrell Owens didn't play for any Super Bowls for the Niners.
He didn't look it up.
Because when did the Niners go to the Super Bowl in his career?
2012.
But he wasn't a Niner.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
For one day.
Nope.
He signed with them for one day.
Nope.
Matt, fact check it up. Come on, do it.
Terrell Owens, once he left the Niners, he never went back. And he left in the
I know he never went back. I'm asking during the time he was there, did he ever play in the Super
because
Bowl?
the only...
Yeah, they only played in like 94.
The 95.
95, yeah.
No, 94.
Was
because
94.
95 was the Cowboys.
And I don't know what I was thinking, but that had been way before
See if
his
he
time.
was on the team. That's all I asked.
He was in college.
Yeah, he was way too young for
He
that.
was in college.
I don't believe you guys. All right, next bit of news. Joey Bosa is in a contract dispute with the Chargers, and his mom went to Twitter saying, "It bums me out for him so much. Wish we pulled an Eli Manning on draft day." I mean, That is pretty
Wow.
truthful that Eli Manning was just
Well,
he had the worst face.
Archie made him do that.
Yeah, but he had the worst face. I don't know. I think Eli pretty much wanted to go along with it because he was just like,
Dad, what's the?
I don't want to play
Can
in
you
San
do your
Diego.
little Johnny videos or whatever that you do?
What?
The videos that you do. Mom,
Oh,
I want
yeah.
a pizza.
Yeah,
Dad.
that's exactly right. He was an angry little kid. But yeah, so I mean, do you think he'll get signed?
Oh yeah,
Well,
you're,
duh.
You're definitely going to sign your 3rd overall pick. You're not
That was
going
a
to
horrible
trade the
question.
fucker. But
Anytime
Nope,
soon.
he's out of the league forever.
He needs to
He's
get in there.
retiring.
He needs to get in there as soon as he can because for a rookie, that's very important.
it doesn't
That's
matter
true.
to him.
Well,
I don't think he cares. It's what the bosses do. They hold out. His
Now,
dad did it when he was drafted.
if you are a rookie and you've yet to sign your contract, do you still get fined or penalized for like a normal holdout like DeAndre Hopkins did a little week ago?
I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah, it just,
No, because you don't have a contract for them to fine you on.
Okay, I just didn't know. You know.
Owens came into the league in '96, 2 years after the Niners won.
Told you guys.
You didn't tell
Next
me.
bit of news.
I agreed with you.
RG3 is named the starter.
I agreed with you. What are you talking about?
I'm
Tell me,
talking
guys.
about RG3 being named the starter.
Yeah, well, of the Browns, congratulations.
Congratulations.
You're the starter of the 32nd best team in the NFL.
No.
Come on, they're
There are the
coach.
Niners.
They're like a
There
step
are-
LeBron-
above the Titans.
LeBron just won a title. This is changing this city.
So RG3 and LeBron would be hanging out, Kings of Cleveland?
Oh, it's happening.
If not already, I'm sure.
I mean, Joe Hayden's hanging out with him.
So do you think that
LeBron will play tight end? No, they got
Do you think that
Gary
RG3
Barnett.
and Josh Gordon make some magic starting in Week 5?
yes.
Really?
I think Josh Gordon on the field is just magic in general.
Okay, but seriously, he has a
How long will it last?
high upside though.
Well, obviously he's going to be one of those. He's not going to be Odell Beckham-ish where every game is amazing, but he is going to have, I'd say, half of his games be really good.
Okay. Let me ask you this: do you see RG3 staying the starter throughout the entire season?
Yes, unless he gets hurt.
Yes, unless he gets hurt.
Is there echo in here? I was like, what the hell?
Yes, unless he gets hurt.
Okay.
Yes, unless he
Who
gets hurt.
could usurp him?
His wife, other women that think he's hot.
You suck him.
Oh, I thought you said
Usurp him.
slurp him.
Oh, you slurp him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Me,
Okay.
if I'm at the game
Okay. So you think that you can?
and he goes off for like 2 touchdowns.
Okay. No,
Groupies.
not slurp him. Usurp him. Who could take over that position?
Do you really think Josh
I'm thinking,
McCown could?
I'm
Yeah, I
thinking a
think he
lot
could.
of people
Josh
could
McCown had. Okay.
I
take
don't
the
think
position
so.
over him, like Doggy, or
Oh my gosh! It's just.
I can't get out
You
of
see what
it.
I'm dealing with?
I
here?
can't get out of it.
Okay. Well,
Moving on, it's
That's what she said.
Cleveland. It's the dog bowl. RG3's the starter.
I mean, is this
He wants a slow tug
borderline no news because
because we're talking about RG3 and the Browns.
we're just
Hey,
because we're talking about the
Cleveland named
Browns.
their 25th starter since 1999.
Now watch him go out and win the division.
That would be amazing. Next bit of news: Roger Goodell. No,
Ginger Dick.
nobody likes that guy. No, they don't. It is his 10th year as commissioner.
Is that it? It feels like it's been like
Is that
30.
it? I felt like it was like 6, and I was like, man, this guy's just been fucking the NFL for longer than I thought.
Well, I mean, no, it feels like he's been fucking the NFL for 30 years.
He thought the NFL was Josh Gordon, and he's been fucking
Is he making like $40 million a year now or something like that?
34, 36. Yeah, he made 36 last year and 34, or 36 2 years ago and 34 last year.
Way to go, Ginger
The
Dick.
thing is that, you know, it
Taxes are a bitch.
probably not for him or the NFL, the non-profit.
I wonder
so.
who his agent is. That's who Joey Bosa needs as representation.
When does Goodell, I mean,
Goodell's probably his own agent since he's a lawyer.
will Goodell ever, I mean, retire in the near future or leave the NFL? When anything
No!
happen? I mean, why would he?
He's going to do a shitty job till he gets fired.
No, he's not going to get fired. He does great for the owners. The league has gone up in value. I mean, leaving shitty franchises are making a ton of money. I mean, why would the owners fire him? It would
It's
make
true.
no sense.
Titans are always selling out.
Yeah.
Because he has a ginger dick.
All right.
Next bit of news, Sammy Watkins is practicing.
Oh, congratulations, Buffalo.
So now his draft stock isn't going to plummet like we pretty much thought it would.
Well, I didn't think it would.
Yeah, he did.
I hoped it wouldn't because I have him in a dynasty league.
And you're not keeping him, right?
Did it say is he taken off the PUP list or any? I mean,
Yes,
okay.
he is practicing.
He is fully practicing. Okay, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm telling you the news.
I just wanted clarification. You are the news master, and I want it to be clear. Is he already practicing, or will he start by a certain day? Did he practice today?
I think he's day to day because it's just a matter of time before he hurts himself again.
Okay.
Sammy Watkins is always like
he's going to pull a hamstring.
Pulling a hamstring, pulling an abdomen.
Pulling Josh Gordon's dick.
Yeah, something. Oh, my abs hurt, coach. I can't play.
All right.
That's my Sammy Watkins for all you out
Okay.
there.
Man. Yeah.
So, okay, Sammy Watkins haters, do you see him getting 1,000 receiving yards this season?
Probably.
But
not happy about it.
Here's the thing. How many wide receivers do you think are going to get 1,000 yards this season? Probably more than 15.
Oh yeah.
So, do I see Sammy Watkins performing like a top 15 wideout? Maybe not.
I will take a
Probably
GB that Sammy Watkins will get hurt and miss at least 2 games this year. Anyone think he'll not miss 2 games?
If you say 4 games, I'll take
No.
the under.
I'll say 2 games.
Nah.
Then no.
I mean, it's just so easy to get. I don't want to make a bet on someone getting injured. That's
You
so
did
bold.
last year with Mariota.
That doesn't mean it's right because I called that and I felt horrible about it.
I don't feel horrible.
No.
I jinxed him.
All right. Next and last bit of news.
I didn't feel
Jordan
horrible.
Matthews is out for 2 to 3 weeks, Phil, so he's not playing and practicing right now.
So-
he is hurt, not on the field.
Is he out like now? Is he getting on the sideline on like the bikes?
He's actually still on the field right now. Nobody else is there, but he's out there.
Don't you always feel bad for those guys? It mainly shows them in Hard Knocks where
J.J. Watt.
No, shut up. It's like the fringe players trying to get a spot on the team. They get hurt, and they're doing all they can on the bike on the sideline. It's like, hey, coach wants to see you. Get the fuck out. It's just like
Bring your iPad
I'm
to the
hurt.
coach's
And
office.
It's like,
What else can I do?
yeah, really. So,
I heard Jordan Matthews got carried off of the field by some Eagles.
do you know what happened?
Lord of the Rings style.
How did he get hurt?
It's his leg.
His leg fell off.
Foot, and his shit turned blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shit turned green.
Because
it's the Eagles.
2 to 3 weeks, so he'll be back by the start of the season.
He'll be back by
Yeah.
week 3 of preseason is what they're saying.
Yeah, because week 1 of preseason's coming up soon.
Is it next week? This weekend?
It's this weekend.
Yeah. Because the Hall of Fame game was supposed to be a couple days ago.
Fog Twins.
So, yeah.
You like that? So the Hodge twins, the Fog twins?
Yeah.
All right, look it up. See when the first preseason game is, Matt.
Look up and see if Terrell Owens was on a Super Bowl at the 49ers.
No,
wasn't.
just the Eagles, man.
I told you guys he was.
No.
With Dante Culpepper.
No. Dante Culpepper.
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah.
Just going to keep naming shitty 49ers. Anybody else think of any shitty 49ers
J.J.
quarterbacks?
Stokes.
Oh, God.
Quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Alex Smith?
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Garrison
All right.
Hurst?
August 11th.
No, Hurst
I'm
was
just kidding.
good.
Hurst was
Come
good. I
on.
like Hurst.
August 11th. So, yeah, it's coming.
That's,
soon,
that
just
is
like Josh Gordon's
Friday? No. Yes. Thursday? No.
Saturday.
No, tomorrow's the 9th, so Thursday, the 11th is Thursday.
Oh, well, there's a Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday night
Thursday
preseason.
football.
Everybody go to B-Dubs and watch some
I
football.
won't be watching. Who's playing? Lots of
There's
games, a few games. Okay.
shit ton of
Everyone. And you'll only get to see them if you got the NFL
Welcome,
Network.
ladies and gentlemen, to Sunday Night Football on a Tuesday. I'm Fifi McGee. Go fuck yourself.
That's how it happens.
They do have they don't want to change the graphics, so they have Sunday Night Football on like a Teusday night for
There was a
preseason.
Tuesday night game.
I sent a
Monday
tweet out
night
about
game
that.
on Tuesday.
Have you really?
I sent it out last year whenever it happened.
I don't remember all the tweets you sent out last year. You
Definitely
fucker.
remember the Le'Veon Bell one, though.
Well, yeah.
And moving on.
Is there any? There's no development on that. Okay.
No.
There is one bit of news. You know that Hakeem Nicks got cut by the Saints.
With a shiv. No.
He
Well,
got shanked in the
He got
locker room.
shanked.
Well, they
Same
signed.
guy that knocked Geno Smith out last year,
like,
broke
yeah.
his jaw.
Well, they signed Ricky Jarrett. From the Dolphins.
That guy.
Yeah.
So he went out on the field and acted like he was playing football.
Well, he said "Show me the love," and then they brought out the band, And
I thought that was for the New Orleans Saints.
I did say the Saints.
Hakeem Nicks was on the Saints?
Yes.
That right there is shocking news to me.
that is the news. Not that he got cut, that he was actually on the Saints.
That's amazing.
Anyway.
See, if you would have been like John, true or false, Hakeem Nicks was a member
Yeah, I
of
would
the
have
Saints.
said no. False.
What team did you think he played for?
The Giants, because he left there and then went back, and then I guess he got picked up by the
Where did he go in
Saints.
between the Giants' time?
So now will he go back to the Giants?
He went to the Colts.
Where else?
Was it the
The
Niners?
Colts.
No.
The
Colts were the year before last. Last year he was a member of
Ravens?
Raven? No. Browns?
the Tennessee
The
Titans.
Tennessee
Oh, he was.
Golly.
And then they released him.
Wow.
And
So
apparently he took his stank to New Orleans because he
Man.
heard they had good jazz and beignets.
A
A
Harry-
street that smelled like piss.
They still got Harry Douglas, though, for the Titans.
Yeah, apparently he looks amazing.
we.
Of course he does. Every preseason, Harry Douglas looks amazing.
amazing in preseason because everybody's trying.
Because Rashad Matthews is going to take that shit.
Or Darrell Green Beckham.
Okay. All right.
Moving forward.
Moving forward.
You want to talk about some wideouts? Since we're talking about Hakeem Nicks and shit?
Well, I guess that's a good segue.
But we're not really talking about wideouts if we're talking about Hakeem Nicks.
He's a wideout.
Yeah, he's a wide out of the league right now.
Exactly.
He's wide up out this motherfucker.
And he's
up-
wide.
Wide
and
up
needs to
off the
lose some
Saints
weight.
roster. Listen to Buzz, the three fucking jackasses making fun of a guy for getting cut from an NFL team when we have no shot of ever playing professional sports.
I have a shot.
Really?
Yeah.
What sport?
Football.
Really?
dart.
Yeah, kicker.
Yeah, you gotta try out.
Yeah, I've been in the backyard practicing.
Conditioning coach? Is that what you've been doing? Is that, I'm
Water
gonna
boy.
make them games.
You got-
Get to the water, boy.
You've got Carla holding the ball just right now.
Man, she holds my balls, and I go
Kicking.
to town on them.
You just go kicking.
God,
Can we have a mascot for the show?
a mascot?
Yeah.
Like a nug?
It's like
No.
it's like a football.
I want
upright
that
and-
statue right there. Go get it.
No,
down. Get it
no.
down. Get it down, John.
No.
Go get it.
That is not our
Yeah,
mascot.
Yeah, everybody wants to see it now.
He
You gotta
is
go get
fragile. He needs to stay on the pedestal of my desk.
All right.
Please.
I agree with that.
I'll show people, but he is not our
it.
mascot.
He can't move him. You see? Here we go. Yeah.
was broke and I had to fix him.
Well, what was wrong with him?
This is Latino Ledger.
Is this Latino Ledger? Did you get this in Mexico?
I sure did, and I had it I brought it all the way back with me.
That's why I call it Latino Ledger.
Wrapped it up in the suitcase and brought it back.
Nice. I would say that he was a pretty good Joker, but I think Leto in Suicide Squad's much better.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I haven't seen Suicide Squad, and we're not going to talk about it. I just
Joker.
I just
ever.
wanted to poke fun at John because
He loves the Joker and hates
I do love the
Leto's
Joker.
and did not like Leto's Joker. Okay, but
don't
this
think-
is a football podcast.
I'm pretty sure once you watch it, you will not like Leto's Joker.
It's a football podcast.
All right, how about them wideouts?
How about them wideouts?
Going number one, which everybody sees is happening, Antonio fucking Brown. No duh.
Julio Jones.
No, it's actually Antonio Brown.
By a long shot.
You really want this
I know, I'm
guy.
just kidding. So the top three though are ODB,
Unless you're
Antonio,
Matt, then you
and
don't want
Julio,
him.
right?
Yeah, it's Antonio, ODB, and Julio. You got it.
Indisputable that those guys would be the first three off the board. Is there anyone else? I know you were about to get into the rankings per ESPN, some fuckers ranks.
Oh, by the way, ODB has rose above Julio Jones. He's number 2 now.
Really?
I don't like that. I think Julio is clear cut the best, the second best, if not the best wideout in the league.
But, okay, here's a good question. Which one has a better quarterback throwing the ball to him? Right? It's
That's
pretty
tough.
even right there.
Eli or Ryan?
I know. Ryan, I would say, is better 6 games of the year, but Eli ends up being better too.
Here's the thing.
what I'm going to say. Real
Okay, go ahead.
I'm taking
Okay.
Eli.
Julio Jones plays in a dome half the year in Atlanta. ODB plays outside in New York. Julio Jones just got Josh Norman out of his division for 2 games out of the year.
That's
Odell
good.
Beckham just inherited
Ooh.
Josh Norman for 2 games of the year.
Matt, you're blowing my mind right now.
So I'm just going to go out there and say Julio
This year?
Jones is the if Antonio Brown's gone and you are just dick hard on getting a wide receiver early, Julio Jones is your guy.
I agree, but that didn't answer the question of which quarterback is better at throwing the ball.
They both suck.
All right.
I think that you
Eli's probably the better quarterback, but
Right.
I think that you have to look at the chemistry between the pairs, and that there are games that you didn't think ODB last year was going to find a way to pull out a good game, and he fucking would, because Eli will find a way to get him the ball. Whereas there was those games where, not saying he had a bad season, but by any means he did not, but Julio would just kind of disappear, and not to his fault, but it's like either the offensive game plan wasn't going to be geared towards him, he was maybe being a decoy, who knows, but there were just games why is Matt Ryan not fucking throwing Julio the ball, whereas Eli's like, I don't give a shit, I'm going to force you, I'm just going to...
Well, I mean, last year, if you see Josh Norman played against ODB one game, and ODB broke one play at the beginning, and then was shut down the rest of the game.
Got up under his skin.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with Matt. I think Julio crushes ODB this year.
Crushes.
So after your top three, because those dudes are probably
Obvious.
clear-cut the top three.
Yeah.
After that, you got DeAndre Nuke Hopkins.
You see, I think that
Matt's boyfriend.
I like him.
I'm going to take a GB that DeAndre Hopkins is a top 3 wide receiver in fantasy points, standard leagues next year.
I'll take that GB
I'm going to stay out of it.
because he has an affinity for DeAndre Hopkins.
I'm too close for. I'm too close to this one.
I am totally in it.
I'm not saying who he will knock out of the top 3, just that
he'll be in it.
He will be
He'll
in
probably
it.
knock out Odell.
Yeah, that's a GB.
Okay, between John and I, gentleman's bet.
Right.
All right, after Hopkins, I'm not agreeing with this because this guy, I feel like, is on a slump. His team's kind of in a different mode. Des Bryant
Well,
at 5.
if Tony Romo stays healthy all year, which he normally does, this guy is going to get the shit, like tons of balls thrown to him.
He's going to get the
Tons.
shits, like blue shits everywhere.
I mean, to me, he is a Terrell Owens type player where he is a big stud horse that is strong.
Well, here's the thing. Here's who I got after him on as far as ESPN's rankings, and I actually prefer these guys a lot better. AJ Green, I would take probably over Des Bryant.
I would.
Allen Robinson,
No.
Jacksonville.
No.
What about Jordy Nelson?
Yes.
Brandon
No.
Marshall?
No.
Yes.
No.
I'll take a GB that Brandon Marshall outscores. Who was it?
Des Bryant.
Des Bryant in fantasy this year.
I'll take that, GB.
Yes!
I'm in on this. I'm on the Brandon Marshall side.
That's
a lot.
right. He's got a bet going with Antonio Brown. This dude is going to be trying to get
Yeah,
it.
he's
That-
going off.
Who cares? It's a bet.
I care
Okay,
because
number
it's a
one,
bet.
there's a better running game in Dallas, which is going to open up the passing game more because the offensive line's better. Of course, a lot of this is conditioned upon Romo staying healthy. I'm not saying that will ruin our GB by any means, but I think if Romo does stay healthy, that Bryant's going to have one hell of a year. There's not as many wide receiver stud targets that could be taking looks away from him. I think it's going to be.
What about that Terrence Williams?
Come on.
That double coverage on Brown ain't going to
I'm
matter.
fucking with you.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're not going to double coverage him because
Yeah, they
he
are.
does.
Yeah,
have
they are. They have nobody else to
Exactly.
catch the ball.
Terrence Williams, Jason Witten.
Let those guys beat you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I stand by.
You stand by your
my
bet.
GB. You know,
Brandon Marshall at least has Eric Decker and Matt Forte.
I like that much better.
Yeah, exactly. Eric Decker, which is going to be taking touchdowns away from him. He's going to be
He's
competing.
going to be
He's
free
still-
in coverage.
Killed it last year.
There's enough to go around.
They
for this
killed
team.
it last year because they set freaking Jets record for red zone efficiency.
And they're going to blow that
I mean-
out the water this year.
Brandon Marshall had an inordinate number of touchdowns and red zone targets because of how efficient they were, how efficient that offense. That's not repeatable.
Give us the next 4, Matt.
Sorry.
All right, well, Marshall was 9. After that, again, we're going to hit an area of guys that I'm just like, Alshon Jeffrey at 10. This guy's already banged up. He hadn't played in a year.
Alshon
and a half.
Jeffrey is number 10.
Yeah, Alshon Jeffrey is number 10.
Because he's the number 1, supposedly.
But this is all fucking hype. You do not
Kevin
want to.
White.
You do not want to hang your team on this motherfucker.
No, he is
especially
injury
the second
prone.
Give me
or
the next
third round
4,
pick.
not the next 1.
Mike Evans, Sammy Watkins, Brandon Cooks, and Amari Cooper. Out of that block, there's only one of them that I like. Amari fucking Cooper. Derek Carr in Oakland's going to sling
I like
it.
that.
I like Crabtree too.
Read those off again to me. Those last few you just said.
Alshon Jeffrey.
After that, yeah.
Mike Evans, Sammy Watkins, Brandon Cooks, and Amari Cooper.
I like Mike Evans. I think he has potential.
Evans.
I'm saying that's you're taking a chance, and I don't think he should be in like the top 10.
Last year Mike Evans did good in one facet or the other. He either had a lot of yards or he had no yards and a touchdown. And how is he going to be able to repeat all those touchdowns? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, look at the year he had before that. I mean, you think that the player's going to do exactly what they did the year before? I mean,
I would say Randall Cobb has a better year than Mike Evans.
No.
GB?
I mean, here we go, I guess. John and I are just GBing
What
it
about
up this episode.
Kelvin Benjamin will have a better year than Mike Evans?
See, here's the thing that you're just mentioning, like Randall Cobb, Kelvin Benjamin.
Demarius Thomas will have a better year.
They're all rated
than Mike
below
Evans.
this like bubble of wideouts, and I like them a lot better than this bubble of wideouts. This bubble of wideouts is like...
Matt, are you on any of these GBs with me?
No, because these are second and third year guys. Mike Evans going into his third year. Alshon Jeffrey going into his fourth. Watkins going into his third like Evans. Brandon Cooks, they came in together, and Amari Cooper going into his second. These are the unproven guys that... The price tag's a little bit too high for you to be drafting. I personally, instead of taking these guys in your 10-team, 12-team draft,
Get a running back.
Eddie Lacy, Thomas Rawls.
Julian Edelman. Well, that's not a running back.
But he's right there, man. After
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, you're looking at Demarius Thomas,
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton.
Now, granted, these rankings are based
Demarius
upon
Thomas,
these are standard non-PPR rankings. So
Demarius Thomas, Keenan Allen, my bad.
Keenan Allen, I like better than all those guys.
If he can stay healthy, but like he hadn't put together any bit of consistency, and he's going into his third or fourth year as well.
I'd take some GBs against Keenan
Third
Allen.
year.
But
I'm just saying because they got a lot more receivers in that team.
they added Travis Benjamin.
Benjamin, James Jones. They still got Stevie Johnson. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to spread the ball around a little bit more this year.
Especially. But after Allen, it's T.Y. Hilton, Kelvin Benjamin, Julian Edelman, Doug Baldwin, and Jarvis Landry.
Look how late you can get a number one stud.
And then Jeremy Maclin, Randall Cobb, Eric Decker, Golden Tate, Emmanuel Sanders.
I think when you get to this point, it's like all these guys have a high upside, but none of them are going to be as consistent as like the first 4 or 5. Really,
I'll tell you someone that is. He hasn't even named yet. Larry Fitzgerald.
Ooh, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Larry Fitzgerald is the 30th rated wideout.
I don't understand that.
I mean, that's great value because you can get him late,
Right.
but I mean, I don't think he's going to be a number one. I mean, he's
a
not
number
gonna,
one for the team.
No.
Last year he put up 170-something points. Standard. That's pretty fucking good.
What are some like comparisons?
People around him, Devontae Parker didn't break 100. Dante Moncrief did not break 100.
But I mean, listen, a lot of this is predicated on the Cardinals repeating that illustrious offensive performance they had.
In that
Carson
division-
Palmer's not going to do that again. So
In that
he is.
division,
fuck no, he's not.
Yes, he
in that
is.
division, I see why not. They completely improved the most out of every team in that division.
Yeah.
They made better acquisitions than the Seahawks, Niners, and Rams.
I think this is all going to hinge on Carson Palmer repeating one of the greatest seasons that he ever had as a quarterback.
Well, doesn't it also hinge on Tony Romo for Des Bryant's success? But Des Bryant's going to cost you a late first, early second, and Larry Fitzgerald.
How old's Carson
Palmer? Going to
Palmer?
do about the same age as Romo.
Is he?
They're not far apart, but Larry Fitzgerald's going to cost you about 5-6 rounds later.
Yeah, I'm saying I agree he's a great value, but I don't think he's going to be like a top 10 wide receiver that's going to be the best one on your team.
But here's the thing, you can't predict injuries and shit, so you have to go with
Right.
what's the best value at the time. And Larry Fitzgerald is tremendous value that will allow you to pad positions that aren't as deep. Like running back. Before you take a wideout, take 3, 4. I go 5 running backs now before I take my first wideout.
You don't think that someone like an up-and-comer, because they have 2 other really good wide receivers on the Cardinals. And John Brown, and he's getting...
Michael Floyd.
Yeah, and
Floyd ain't got a chance, though.
Yeah,
Floyd's
I'd say
injury
John
prone.
Brown. I'd say Fitzgerald, I mean, he's a great player, Hall of Famer, don't get me wrong, but he is getting old. I mean, of course, we're all getting older, but every year, that you're going to have to see...
Where's the drop-off? It hadn't happened.
In a standard league.
It happens very quickly.
I say he's the number one for the Cardinals this year.
No.
GB.
I'm in with
No,
Larry
I'm enough
Fitzgerald.
GBs with you.
I'm in with Larry.
Playing with fire.
Trying to make Phil do more work on the website.
Now, okay, you know what? I haven't updated the GBs yet. I'm sorry. Okay?
Or any work on the website.
What else do you want me to do?
You did post the video of the YouTube, which
I
was
did,
really
yes.
nice.
If you want to actually a quick way to access if you're listening on the a podcast version of this,
And you want to see us?
You want to see us? I don't know why you
Which
would.
it's really not pointless. I'd rather just listen personally.
If you want to check out our mascot and these sweet Patriot shorts I got here, look at that.
Patriot pants.
Yeah, they're shorts, not pants.
Patriot breeches.
Anyway, yes, there will be on our website, fantasyfogcast.com. There is an embedded YouTube video of the episode, as well as, if you want to just look at the link, it's in our iTunes description, although I think if you're listening on the podcast app, it doesn't actually allow links to work.
So you got to copy it.
Yeah, the best way is to copy it, or you can just go to our website. That's the easiest way, fantasyfogcast.com, or you can go to YouTube and just search Fantasy Fogcast, and we've got our channel up, and then our episodes are clearly marked there, so you can check them out.
And clearly the fans do exactly what we asked, because we posted a poll and got 0 votes. So
well, those Twitter polls are a little sketchy.
it's hard to push a button.
It is. I mean, you have to see it. The Twitter feeds are so full of other shit. The algorithm now is.
I know why nobody went.
Why?
Because they're all looking at Matt's foggy tweets.
That's right, Matt. You got any foggy tweets this week?
I actually do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! I was hoping to bust.
I bet it's not football related.
It rarely is, even during the season. So.
Matt, first off, is it football related?
Yeah, I was looking.
Kinda as in. No, it's about Suicide
I was
Squad.
thinking about Suicide Squad, and it's got my.
All right, so
Matt
while Matt
sounds like this in my mouth.
While Matt is pulling up his,
I got him right here.
While he's pulling up
I
his,
see a picture of the Leto Joker.
Yeah, and the tweet is, is this the new hashtag Pennywise? No, it's just the hashtag worst hashtag Joker ever. Hashtag Jared Leto, worst Joker of all time. Hashtag BS Joker. And look, that's not the Joker. That's not. I don't know who the fuck that is.
You should have put.
It looks like the Joker to me.
You should have put hashtag.
That's horseshit.
Oh wait.
That's horseshit. I should have hashtagged horseshit.
You should have hashtag Nickelback.
Ooh, I should have.
Anytime you want to post something bad.
So Matt went into Suicide Squad assuming that he would hate it, and 5 to 10 minutes into the movie, he texted me that he hated it.
Yes. It didn't take long for DC to drop the ball on
it.
It
Really didn't take long, honestly. After the first 4 minutes, you're just like,
I haven't seen it yet, guys.
What?
But John, you thought it was all right. Like 5.5 out of 10, you said?
I call it Shit Squad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
5.5 out of 10. And just to reference that, I gave Batman vs. Superman a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay, so enough movie reviews.
Oh, can I tell you about a trade before we go into divisions?
Sure.
Oh, this is a good trade. I had to talk John into it.
Well, I mean, you didn't really have to talk me into it. You were just trying to tell me do it now. But yeah, I basically gave up a 5th rounder to get Lamar Miller in a team in a league that has 4 keepers. So it's my first round. But when are you going to get Lamar Miller in the first 4 rounds? Or after, the first 2 rounds. You're not.
Let's take a...
But the part of the trade that's funny for me is that I offered the guy to take his 13th out of 19. And he declines it. And he says, no, let's do the original trade that you did before where I give you my 11th. And I'm like,
2 rounds quicker. All right.
Okay.
He
was being a nice guy. He felt like you were fucking him too bad.
I don't understand. I mean, I'm like, here, I'll take your 13th. He's like, nah, take my 11th.
I'm gonna do you a solid, man.
I'm gonna do you a solid because you're giving me a first round pick.
Real quickly before we do, that was a good trade though. Before we go into divisions, you guys were telling me about a draft strategy the other day where you feel like that, because we were just talking about this with wide receivers, that you get down past the first 4 or 5, that it is not necessarily a crapshoot, but it's easier to replace that position than others,
Yes.
and mainly the running back position, because that's the core of a lot of your half your team is going to be running backs and wide receivers if you're drafting well.
And it's also that half of the league is a number one true running back. The other half of the league,
if that
yeah, exactly. The other half or whatever shares the role of running back. So if you want to get the true people that are going to be your number one starters, plus a lot of these guys get injured.
Yeah, you have to look at how the league is shifting. Like when we talked about this either last episode or the one before, there was like maybe seven running backs that had over 1,000 rush yards last season. So I mean that's less than 25% of the league. Is what you're looking at now as far as like getting what you would expect a primary back to get.
But you also got to think though in this strategy we had, me and Matt both went into.
Let's just say the strategy. Okay, the strategy is that you guys
draft 5, or like we went into it saying we're going to draft 5 running backs regardless.
But they had to be clear-cut backs that we knew things about. Like they couldn't be like, you can't go into it and be like, I'm going to take Carlos Hyde. He doesn't fit the criteria because he doesn't have the body of work.
Regardless, we took 5 backs that we liked a piece, and I actually ended up taking 6 before I drafted a wide receiver. But it ends up turning out very good.
Really good.
I was actually super happy with my team because the thing that makes this work, number one, is if you wait on a quarterback to one of your last 5 or 6 picks, you're going to get an Andy Dalton, an Eli Manning, Blake Bortles, a Derek Carr, a Kirk Cousins. You're going to get people like this, right? So if you can wait on the quarterback, wait on a tight end, because you can get a Gates really late. You can get a Gary Barnidge really late.
You can get Jimmy Graham late.
Yeah, and you're obviously taking your tight or your kicker and your defense with your last 2 picks. So if you do that, then the door's wide open. And if you do run out of receivers, like your receivers aren't that great, you're going to be able to replenish them a lot easier than any time ever trying to get a running back.
Because it seems like every week throughout the season, you can find 3, 4, maybe 5 wideouts each week to pick up off the waiver wire that are completely serviceable just due to injury. The fact that it's a high-volume passing league, whereas running backs aren't the issue. Plus, what this does is we're going in and we're taking these known commodities at running back that we know things about, your Fortes, your Lacey's.
It hinders everyone else's team.
It hinders everyone else's team to roll the ball, because if they want a running back early, well, they're going to have to get like a David Johnson.
Now, have you all tried this in mock drafts?
Yes.
We tried it in only one, but this is what I was going to say earlier. Me and Matt both did it in the same draft.
And I was picking 7 and he was picking 9.
But just think about it this way. If we're both doing that, imagine if you're the only one doing that. You're going to have a better selection than me and Matt had. Because Matt's taking my running backs and I'm taking his running backs.
Do you all recall like who that 5th running back was?
My 5th running back was Matt Jones, and my 6th one was Frank Gore.
I think my end...
A lot of people are getting Matt Jones for a 3.
My end was like Jonathan Stewart and Jeremy Hill.
Oh, God.
But that's 4 and 5.
That's 4 and 5. These people are normally going as a 3rd.
Or a 2.
I think 5 is pushing it too much.
But here's the thing.
I say I could see 4, maybe 3 definitely, but 4 picks.
4 definitely.
I think 5 you need to try to go ahead and get a wide receiver.
I'm telling you right now, if you go 4 in a row, you're going to love your team.
No, 4, yeah, I agree. I could see doing 4 in a row. I think 5 is. Well, you're starting to drift into.
But you can go 4
after that 4th
receiver and then back another running
back.
After
that 4th pick, the running backs are even scarce by the time it comes around to 5, to where if you're like, I really like this wideout, but there's only 1 or 2 running backs left I like, get the best of the running back.
Okay, I'm not saying avoid a running back. It was be more at a value pick at that time. If there's a better wide receiver on that board, I would like, nope, I gotta get another running back.
That's what you gotta not do though. But it's just like when you're fasting and you want to eat and you're like, I could eat that taco. Wait another 4 hours.
Because you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, should I take Eddie Lacy or should I take Mike Evans? Mike Evans is rated higher, but Eddie Lacy would be my 3rd running back.
Yeah.
And
but then you wait another 2 rounds and then you got this very similar thing as well.
I'm just saying when you get to that 5th running back option, it might be a situation to where
is depth better?
Where was the better value?
Well, I mean, regardless of the value, I think when you get to that 5th spot, the value isn't going to matter unless someone like a Randall Cobb just drops and no one takes
Benjamin's
him.
just sitting there.
Demaryius Thomas, because everybody's like, oh, they got Sanchez.
Okay, at the end of the day, though, you can only start 3 running backs. And if you can, I know you're taking a chance to build your team, but if you've got 4 good ones already and you have a chance to pick up a wide receiver that would be a starter on your team, I say that 5 is pushing it.
Look,
There's no point differential between that wide receiver that you're going to skip over
and the next wide receiver.
And the next wide receiver that you can get 2 rounds later. But there is a huge drop-off in running back that you're going to get, and then the running back you get later.
That'll just sit on your team, or you sit on your bench.
Look, there's different things. You can play the matchups. Somebody's going to be playing the Browns. You probably got a good shot of having one of those running backs.
If you've dedicated that much of your team to playing that much of your team in your draft to getting running backs, you better not be in a situation where you're playing the matchups. You need to have 3 studs.
You're going to have 3 studs, but the thing is that if you're going to have people on buys, that's going to be good for you.
You're going to have people get hurt at running back.
You're going to have people get hurt. Running back is
I would rather take a wide receiver that's going to be a starter.
I know.
Than get a running back that like Carlos Hyde that's going to be riding the bench every fucking week.
Well, we're not getting Carlos Hyde.
You said that
Matt
was
Jones is like somebody
we
we're
said
talking
Carlos
about.
Hyde doesn't fit our criteria.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry,
but what I'm saying is that guy can also be a trade piece.
Because
if you get so far, you can trade him.
So desperate at running back because you've hoarded them all that they're going to give you one of their top tier wideouts for your 4th, 3rd, or maybe even 5th running
what
back.
if one of them goes off? What if Matt Jones the first 3 weeks has a touchdown every game and he gets 50, 100
yards
and then 70
game.
yards? That dude is riding on a high. You can sell him very easy for a much greater value.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with the strategy completely.
I just suggest anyone go out there, try it, see if you like your team. Phil, you should join us and do.
You all
some
don't
mocks.
tell me about mocks. You never tell me about it. You're just like, we mocked last. I like them. I got kids though, man. I gotta get
your kids in the mocks.
So yeah, I'll let Lincoln.
It's never
draft.
too young to mock.
All right,
let's talk about divisions.
Yeah,
now.
real quick. We do want to spend a little time
4
talking
divided
about
by 2 is 2. That's division.
Stomp.
According to Terrence Howard, 1 times 1 is 2. Okay. All right, we have covered 4 divisions already, so we are halfway through the league. If you want to go back and listen to them we do 2 divisions, 1 AFC, 1 NFC each episode. We did the AFC West and the NFC South. We've also done the reverse of that, the NFC West and the AFC South. Today we'll be doing the AFC East and the NFC North. I'm saying a lot of directions on the compass here, but basically
it's all gibberish to me.
It's all jibber jabber because John doesn't know which league or which teams fall into which division.
No.
But AFC East will be the Patriots.
Ooh, Patriots.
The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills. And then in the NFC North we have the Packers, the GB Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Chicago Bears, and the Detroit Lions. So we'll start off with the AFC side. I think I'm going to kick this one off, guys. Sorry. Of course, I got to have my Patriots winning this division. Despite Tom Brady being out the first 4 games, that team, that coach, solid. If they can go 2-2, they got a good chance of finishing the season at a respectable 12-4. I really have a hard time seeing them finish the season with any wins less than that. Maybe 11-5, but I'm gonna stick with 12-4. Coming in second, I really like the Dolphins. The Jets are going to take a little bit of a slide. However, it's going to be close. So I got the Jets coming in third, and then rounding it out, the Buffalo Bills fourth.
What records you giving these teams?
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. I'm going to see the Dolphins 9-7, and then the Jets 8-8. I could see a flip flop of that, but they're going to be around 500 teams. And I don't think the Bills are going to be bad. They're just, they're in a tough division. They're still kind of in a rebuilding mode. Got a young quarterback. I would hope they surprise me, but I'm looking at 7-9, 6-10, somewhere around there. But anyway, John, what do you got?
Man, in this division, I have to go with the Patriots. I agree with Phil. They probably go 2-1, 2-2, or 3-1 in their first 4. And as the season, I think they go 13-3. They could be 12-4. I definitely see second being the Jets, though. I have them winning 10, going 10-6.
Just like they did last year.
Yes, I agree. I think they'll make the playoffs this year.
Ooh.
And
Wild card.
Yeah. Who else we got?
Dolphins and the Bills.
I hate the Dolphins, and I hate the Bills.
Why do you hate the Dolphins?
Because they are shit.
Because Finkel is Einhorn.
And they don't have the Dolphin there kicking those balls.
Snowflake's gone.
Snowflake's gone. They made him tuna. So
races were ended.
I've never really, like, other than the Dan Marino Dolphins, they've never been exciting. It's always just been ugh, and
even when they had Dan Marino, that's all they fucking had was Dan fucking Marino.
And their uniforms look like shit. They're just boring. Anyway,
I was just going to comment on those
horrendous.
Aqua or teal or whatever.
So bad. So anyway, the best thing the Dolphins have done in a long time is Ace Ventura. Okay, so yeah, I mean I don't get behind.
What about
Tannehill.
Ballers? The TV show Ballers.
They were on it.
Didn't they release Ricky Jarrett?
They did not re-sign him.
Landry is the best thing they've done. But no, I do not like them. Green eggs and ham. I do not like.
What about the
Tannehill?
So what do you have as a record?
I have them at 7-9.
That's generous.
And I have the Bills at 6-10.
Okay. All right, Matt.
I'm gonna go Patriots at 11-5. I'm just not sure how the first four is gonna go. Especially, I think they open the season with the Cardinals.
They do.
That's probably gonna be a loss right there.
I say it'll be a close
take
game.
That one on the chin. After that, this division's not very good.
No.
I'll say 9-7 to the Jets.
Yeah.
7-9 to the Bills.
Ugh.
Oh wow.
And 5-11 to the Dolphins.
Okay.
I like that though. I like seeing the Dolphins be bad.
I'm gonna keep it pretty straightforward. They've got the newest coach in Adam Gase. 5 wins for them is probably gonna be it.
They got rid of a running back that they didn't want to take advantage of.
The best thing that they did was release Lamar, or not re-sign Lamar Miller, so that he could go to Houston and make his value so much better. God, I'm so.
But they got Foster.
So, wow.
I have
and Jay Ajayi.
So I have the Dolphins in second in that division. You have them last.
Yeah, dead last.
5-11. Third.
Okay.
Almost last.
So all right, well that'll be interesting.
All right, so moving on. Can I start this one?
Sure. Let's let John start out so he can remember who the teams in the AFC and the NFC North are. I'm just kidding.
I know who they are.
Okay,
but go ahead.
Go ahead, Matt.
This is a very good division. This might actually be one of the more competitive divisions in the league, with the exception of the Bears, and I'll go ahead and throw them into the cellar at 3-13.
Oh, and
this is a very good division.
Yeah.
The Bears are going to be 3-13.
He said except for the Bears, but their center just got injured for the year.
Torn ACL. Alshon Jeffrey's already banged up. Who knows who's running the ball? We know
who's throwing it.
We know Jay Cutler's going to be fucking throwing it to the other
interception.
Team.
K. Jutler.
K. Jutler. But to start it out,
3-13
kiss
begins with K.
3-13 for the Bears, and then I'm going to say the Lions are going to finish third, and they're going to be a respectable 10-6.
Whoa!
Wow.
A respectable
third.
Third.
I would love to take a GB.
Oh my
on
God!
that.
So you have 3 teams in this division with 10 wins or more.
Go on.
Continue.
I'm going to say the Packers and the Vikings tie for 12-4.
Wow. Oh my gosh, dude, this is hilarious.
I will say that the Vikings, as of late, have been
They're
surprising
really fucking good.
with the,
got a good coach.
The records they get. They aren't exciting to watch, but they end up getting wins.
Okay.
But it's the defense.
They're
man.
not going to get
play
12
really
wins.
good.
I'll fucking tell you that.
Ooh, I'm a 12-4.
right.
I'll take a GB. They don't get more than 10.
No, just go.
They've got
Matt.
10 last year.
Just go.
All right. In last, the Bears. I'm going to agree with Matt. They get 3 wins. No. I'm going to go 2.
Oh, I like
2-14.
too.
Wild
I like
card.
that.
2-14. Let's see. Who else we got?
First pick in the draft might go to Chicago.
God. Next. Oh man. Who else? Vikings, Packers,
Lions.
Bears. Yeah, Lions. No, I have them going 6-10. I have a flip flop of what Matt said. I do not see they do not have anyone good on their team except for Matthew Stafford. I just do not see this team being able to corral around anybody.
I have to agree with you, John.
They're too young as far as all their big pieces. So going real low, 6-10, maybe even 5. and 11. Just saying. Next, I have got the Vikings at 9 and 7. Maybe making the playoffs. They always are in the hunt. And then I have the Packers going 13 and 3.
I like it. All right.
Unless Jordy Nelson gets hurt.
I'm going to agree with John pretty closely on this one. When you two to start off with, Matt, with the Bears, they are a bottom dwelling team. Unfortunately,
Sad.
It's sad, but
Do you know who their coach is?
Does he have a spittoon?
Close.
Who?
The Sly Fox.
Yeah, I know.
John fucking Fox.
Fuck. Okay, they're going 14 and 2
No.
in the preseason. In scrimmage games
On Madden.
Our offense won 14 games in practice today. Let's do it, guys. Let's kick ass. All right.
John Fox sounds a lot like Mike Smith.
Oh, that is fuck. Why am I?
Mike Smith's the defensive
the Fox. Why did I do that? I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought yes, it is.
I was
John
trying to
Fox.
bail you out by saying he sounds like him.
He does sound like no. I want Mike Smith to be the coach of them so
Of
bad.
anyone.
Well, he's the
John-
deep coach for Tampa.
All
He's their
right.
defensive
I'm
coordinator.
sorry I had Mike Smith on the brain. I just really want him back in the league. He is a
is.
defensive coordinator for the
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Bucks. Thank you. I'm still in off-season mode, guys. I'm sorry.
You got this.
Anyway, can I just do the rest of the podcast and or the episode?
Smith's voice.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get this job. All right. Say fuck it. Say fuck it, Winston. Sling the ball. Fuck it. All right. John Fox with the Bears. He's a good coach. He really is. And this is just not a good team. And this is a pretty good division that they got to compete in. So, I don't think they're gonna do 2 wins bad, but
Come on.
4 and 12.
Okay.
Okay. Lions in third, like John said, they're gonna suck. 6 and 10 at best. I can see this team like starting out like 2 and 2. You think they're having an okay season? They just fucking slide.
Mayfield gets one good touchdown.
They slide the rest of
Just
the
like
way.
last year.
But the good thing is fantasy wise, don't let that deter you because they'll probably
behind.
be playing from behind.
Stafford's going to be chucking it.
That's right. In second, of course, got to go with the Vikings. They're going to be a strong team. I could see them getting the wild card, 10 and 6, that area, and then the Packers, if they can stay healthy, really solid team, 12 and 4, 13 and 3. So very, very close to what John said. That's how I got it shaken down. But anyway, that is now 6 of the divisions down. 2 more to go. So next week we'll be covering the remaining 2, the NFC East and the AFC North. That will be it. And that's just one step closer until we get to the beginning of the season. A lot of fantasy drafts are beginning to begin. Beginning to draft. A lot of leagues are starting. Beginning to end. So
speaking of drafts, tell them about our Fogcast draft.
Well,
how many spots we got?
We do have a few spots left open. It's been a pretty slow on the emails, guys. So I don't know if you think that they're just going to fill
People
up.
are just knocking on the door to get in.
Really, it's just like I know that there's not a lot of spots left. I think there's 4, maybe 5. So if you want in, and I know not to deter our regular listeners, but we do kind of want fresh blood. So we're shooting for 12 teams in, so we got a few spots left. I haven't started the league yet. I'm very sorry. I keep saying every week I'm going to do it. This week though, I'm fucking sending out the invites.
I heard that last week.
It's happening though. I promise. I will be sending out the invite. So if you want in on the league, it's free. Just email us at what@fantasyfogcast.com. Just say, hey, Phil, let me in the fucking league.
And you're in.
And you're in.
Or send us your best Brett Favre dick pic.
Don't do that. Please don't.
And
Because I check the emails.
Subject it to Phil. Look at this.
Do that.
I went in the league badly.
All right.
Me and my friend would like to be in the league.
If you win
This is two girls kissing.
if you get in the league, which is free, and you win this year's league, then next year in 2017, you will have a $250 entry into, it's paid for the SBFFC, the Southern Bluegrass Fantasy Football Championships. Again, that is a $250 value. You're like, wow, that's pretty expensive buy-in for a league. It is because you can win upwards of $4,000 for playing fantasy football. It's like a massive, 12 division league where they give out rings.
It's kind of like that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Bloodsport.
It's not like that at all.
Where he goes to a foreign country and he fights.
The foreign country in this case would be Kentucky.
And his friend gets hurt and goes to the hospital because his head gets stomped on.
Okay. If you're listening to the podcast, you'll probably see part of the YouTube video.
Yeah, the YouTube video stopped sometime.
We're getting better at this, like we said.
We promise.
Depending on an app to run it now.
I really have got to format the SD card. It's a must.
I'm sure it takes 2 minutes, so I'm not sure why you haven't done that yet. So.
Well, because there's porn.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to just dump it on your computer and it'd be good.
I can't touch the mouse without porn.
Was it just covered in jizz, your mouse? Is that
no, the mouse
white?
is fine. It's porn.
Okay.
Well, usually when I'm watching porn and a mouse is involved, I try to put it up
your butt. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me wink.
Sorry, Jinx.
So, anyway, sorry. The video did cut off because John's using some piece of shit app on his phone to try to record this.
The GoPro app.
Yeah, why use an app? Just hit fucking record on the camera and not
because
have to chop it up.
Now.
Oh, it sucks. All right. Anyway,
you suck.
So John, we're getting better at this YouTube thing.
No, we're not.
So
we're getting worse.
That's all we're doing in the off season, so we can get ready for it. But anyway, back to the Fantasy Fogcast League. If you want in, email us at what@fantasyfogcast.com. There's a few slots still open. If you get in, which it's free, you get and you win. I should say that even if one of us win, the top finishing listener gets entry into the SBFFC. It's a $250 value. You can win upwards of $4,000. So just join the league. It's free. It'll be a lot of fun. And it is a touchdown-only league with yardage bonuses. So if it's like a 50-yard touchdown, you get a little bonus there.
That's awesome.
Dumb.
So, dumb?
What?
It was your idea.
No. That was not my idea.
What was your idea?
My idea was to add bonuses, and you said just for touchdowns. And I was like,
because it's a touchdown-only league,
I
John.
get that.
Okay.
That's dumb.
But if a running back goes out there and has a 300-yard game, he shouldn't get a point.
Okay, he'll get a tenth of a point. How about that?
No, don't even do it.
If that wins me a championship, then I'll take it.
It's like giving me a shitty Joker in a fucking
It's a
Suicide Squad
touchdown-only
movie.
league. It's just like saying, well, I'm sober, but I just had a thimble full of alcohol, and it doesn't count though. It's just a bonus.
It was a thimble. So, of course, it doesn't count.
Well,
I don't even know if it'll blow.
I don't shoot heroin. I just take a little dollop. Once a year.
These are bad metaphors.
No, you're if I do that, then it's not a touchdown only league, John. All right. Anyway,
he's the commish.
I'm the commish. Suck it.
He
Don't
does
do that.
whatever he wants to do.
Matt had some shitty ass fucking rules last year, and I object. He's like,
I did not think it was shitty.
But it was 16 teams. I had to have inflated
I'm going to have 4 teams in a 16-team league make the playoffs because I'm the commissioner.
That makes sense to me.
Hard.
4 teams out of 16.
Yeah.
In fantasy football, the crapshoot that is fantasy football.
Tim Larry loved the league. He's like, I love seeing high scores each week.
Oh no, I don't have a problem with the scoring, but 4 teams making the playoffs out of 16.
Love it.
Stupid.
It was awesome.
You should have made it like the real NFL, do 2 wild cards and do 6 teams anyway.
Yeah, it should be like the MLB where half the teams make the playoffs. That makes no fucking sense.
That's not true at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, basketball.
Basketball, there you go. More than half the teams.
Dumb.
Anyway.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap up your dick, you fucking
later.
syphilis-ridden motherfucker.
Fuck Josh Gordon.
That way I don't get your shit or my shit confused.
Please tune in every Wednesday around-ish. We'll be doing these every week. If you're listening on iTunes or Stitcher, please subscribe to the podcast. Email us with any questions, comments, or if you want to join the free Fantasy Fogcast League. Our email again is what@fantasyfogcast.com. Also on Twitter @FantasyFogcast. But until next week, enjoy Hard Knocks tomorrow, by the way. But until next week, I'm Phil.
I'm John.
I'm Foggy Matt.
And this is the Fantasy Fogcast.